Hello guys and welcome to the another class of our course about Python. So we saw many things in the past few classes and today I want to put everything into practice to be able to show you what you guys have learned until now. So my goal today is really to practice the while loop and also practice the if statement, everything in one exercise. So what I think about was the, let's say, password. So for example, you are going on Facebook and you start trying your password. So let's say you are trying one time, two time, three time, four time and other certain moment your account is blocked. And if you get right password, your account will work. So I decided for this class to create a small app like this. Would you guys will be able to, let's say, create a password, and we will also control the number of tries and max amount of tries. What exactly our user if the account is blocked or access is granted. So let's start. So very simple. For this exercise we'll need two data types. So basically we need string and numbers. We need five variables. So in this case the first variable will be our password. So we will write down our password, and our password will be, let's say, pass 123. Once again, the password can be anything you want. After that, the answer that the person will give. So in this case, we will name the variable your answer and you write nothing. And the third variable will be the number of tries because we want to have a certain number of tries. So right now we will be try number 0 because we didn't try, but after the first try we are gonna be at the number 1. After 2 tries we will be at number 2. After 3 tries we will be at number 3. So once again number of tries trying to get right password. So we will write down number of tries, and in this case start at 0. If you guys at 1, the max number of tries will be, let's say, 10. In this case it's gonna be 9 tries because it's gonna be 10 minus 1. Alright, so number of tries at 0, so we didn't do no try at all. So number max of try, this is for example the number max try you want to have try. So let's say you want to have max 5 tries. Well, it's gonna be here. So in this case we will write down number max of try. So let's set it to 8, and finally our last variable will be max try, and in this case it's gonna be a string. We will call it not reach. So if the max try is reached, this means we will have certain output, and if it's not reached, we will have another output. So in this case, max try will be not reached. Great. Alright. So those are our variables. So we will be able to create our app right now. We have everything that we need. So we have our strings and we have our numbers. So we start creating our app. So, as I explained, what we want to do is we give our user the opportunity to try password until he gets the right one. So, if our user tries this password more than 8 times, in this case he will simply block the account. So, let's write everything. So, the first thing we want to do is write down our while loop. So, in this case, we will write down while, and it's gonna be your answer. So your answer is not equal to our password. We will run the app again and again and again. So This will be our first condition. So as you can see, the first condition is your answer is not equal to our password. So if our answer is not equal to our password, we will rerun our app. So this is our first condition, and our second condition is that max try will not be reached. So here right now answer is didn't not reach, but if max try is reached, well this means that we can't try anymore. So in this case max try is not equal to reach, not equal to reach. Great. So this is our basic app. So in this case, let me explain once again. So what does all this mean? So if your answer is not equal to our password and max try is not equal to reach, so in this case, we will rerun the app again and again. So we will run the code that we will have right here. Alright. So what is the first thing that we will verify in our code? So in this case, we want the number of try will be always less than number of max of try, because if this number of try greater than this max number of try, which means that the number of tries have been reached. So in this case, let's say for example we have 8 tries. So if the number of try is greater than the number of max try, this means we have reached 8 tries and the app should stop working. So we write it down. So we will write down our if statement, and we can write down our number of try has to be greater number max of try. So we have our if condition right here. So our if statement says if the number of tries is greater than the number of max tries. So if the 0 is greater than 8, what do we want to do right here? So we will ask our user to enter his answer. So in this case, our user will enter a certain answer, and if is false, we will go to rerun the app. So right now your answer will be equal to once again input. Since we are asking our user to enter certain answer, so what is the password? Great. So until now what have we wrote? So we have our if statement that says the number of tries has to be less than number of max tries, and this is the one try. So our user trying here, so our user try right now, this is calculated as one try. How we can calculate this as a one try? Very simple. So simply write down number of try will be equal to number of try plus 1. So very simple. Each time that our user tries again and again and again, well, we simply add 1 to the number max of try. So as you can see, we have our number of try increased by 1. What's happening here? If this is false, we will have let's more try. So in this case, let's say for example, the answer is not past 1, 2, 3, then the number of try will be grow by 1, and when it's going to reach 8, well it's over. So right now this is our if statement. So he says in this case this is false. So in that this is not respected. So in this case that the number of tries becomes greater than the number of max tries. What we want to do is return the max try will be reached. So in this case, max try will be reach. Alright, so let me explain right now. We have our if statement in our loop. So this is our basic loop. So what it says, the number of tries has to be less than the number of max try. In this case, what is one try? So one try is simply one answer. So the answer is false 8 times in a row. What gonna happen? Basically, this condition will be not met anymore, because each time that we try one input, it grows our code by 1 because we return this. And that because of while loop, what's going to happen here? We will restart the code again and again and again, and the number of tries will become greater and greater and greater. And in this case, that the number of tries become greater than the number of max try. We will return the max tries reach, and if max try is equal to reach, right now we need to write another line of code to explain what's going to happen. Alright, so if in this case max try is reach, so max try is equal to reach, we want to return account is blocked. So in this case, we will return account block. And in the other case, we will return access granted, because in the first case, the account will be blocked if this is not respected. So if the number of tries become greater than the number of max tries, this means that we will return reach. And if we reach the means, max try become reach. And if max try becomes reach, we will return account block. And in the other case, simply return access granted. So this will be the code for app. Let me just run it to make sure it works perfectly. So what is the password? So in this case, the password, let's say it's gonna be 1. So it doesn't. What is the password? As you can see it asks again because it doesn't work. So we can write anything we want just to verify if it's gonna be blocked. As you can see, it says account blocked. If instead of 8 we give 3 tries, and we run our app, what is the password? So as you can see, account is blocked. So let's write the right password to see what it gives us. So we can write down pass 1 2 3. So as you can see, access granted. So as you can see, well, it's maybe a bit complicated. Let me try to explain you guys, so you will be able to understand a bit more. So those are our variables. So let's talk about app in particular. So we will start with our while loop. So our while loop, what it says, basically while loop says if your answer is not equal to our password and max try is not equal to reach, so until both the things are not respected, we will rerun the app again and again and again. So what exactly inside of the app? Very simple. So we have our number of tries. has to be less than the number of max tries. And what exactly tries we are talking here? We are talking about your answer. So in this case, each try is counted when the false answer is given. So if one false answer is given, as you can see here, the number of tries grows by 1. This means that the number of tries can become greater than the number of max tries, and in this case we will return reach. So as you can see, both of those things are respected. And in this case, what's going to happen will be here in our code. So we will have our max try will be equal to reach, and in this case we will return account block. And if it's not reach, well, in this case we'll return access granted. So I hope you guys understand that all this. I try to put everything together. So we put the while loop and as well as if statement and trying to work with both of those. So it's bit more complicated. So if you guys don't understand it, I suggest you guys to simply rewatch this class. But besides that, it's really a question of practice. So just try to practice those while loop and as well as if statement. And at the end, you will see it's not that hard to use. So that's it for this class, guys. See you all in next class.